Hello everyone, Stacy from Dies to Die For. Welcome to another Thursday night crafting video, card making video. Tonight we're going to use our brand new Wisteria die. Let me show you the Wisteria die and make this card. Let's go through the dies that we'll be using tonight really quick. We'll be using the Wisteria, and then this is the sorry, you're sick, or hurt words. We're only going to use the sorry from this. And then our Flourish window frame. And I had some butterflies left over from one of my other videos that I used the wax. Let me see. My white pearl wax on them, and then my micro beads, in case you didn't watch that video, but I'm going to use a few of those little butterflies. And then our loose stitched rectangles again. Let's get started with our card. Oh, and for the slimline one that I'm going to attempt, I'm going to use the Gina Marie slimline stitch rectangles. Again, like I did on Tuesday night. Okay, first of all, I want to show you how to build the Wisteria. So, for this card, I took, see, I got a lot of purple in that brush. A little bit too much. Wipe it off a little. Okay. I took some of my milled lavender. Let's see, where's my other purple brush actually? I want to use this one. I want to use the, okay, this is my milled lavender brush. And I went over the whole thing. And for the A2 size card, you're going to use 5 of the Wisteria. I'm going to show you another card, probably not next week, the week after, just using this piece of the Wisteria. But tonight I'm going to show you how to layer it with the extra petals that come in the die. Okay, I went over it in the milled lavender, and then I'm going to add another layer of color with my, what color is this? The Crown Me by Simon Hurley. And I did not grab my triple berry, but on these I actually went over it a third time with my triple berry. Let me see how that looks. Alright, so we'll set this one aside because I'm not using that anyway. I just wanted to show you how I inked it. Then I inked all of my little flower petals that come in the die. Where did I put the die again? Right here. All of these are flower petals. My girls keep pointing out that this one and this one right here look like little birds, and they do. They've used them as birds on their cards. So a double use die. Okay, where is my glue? Right there. Anyway, I inked all of these the same way. If you don't want to ink each individual one like I did, you can ink your paper and then cut these out of your paper and then go back with one of your colors and go over the top so it gets in all those little grooves and it kind of highlights them. And that's a much easier way to do it than the way that I did it. Alright, to layer it, you start with these little bigger pieces that we call the birds. And you do a few of those. Just put a little bit of glue on the top. And then you just layer them, lay them on there however you think you want them. I usually kind of put one up and then one on top of it all the way down. Then you go to the next size in those little birdies. You can pick it up and put a couple of those, probably 2 or 3 of those. And then there's this. I don't even know what shape you would call this. Let go. That petal shape. And there's 2 different sizes in that petal shape. It looks like oh, here's another one. Okay. I usually use one of the larger ones goes next. And then a couple of the smaller. This wisteria is fun to build. If any of you have seen the flowers I've been doing with the flower tools, embossing them with the flower tools, I'm working on a card with doing that with the wisteria with the flower tools on each of these petals. Looks really neat so far. I will be doing that in a video in a couple of weeks. Okay, then you take, is this the bigger size? Yes. Usually when I do this, I lay them out, what sizes go where. Lay them all down, and then I can just pick from the pile and not have to decide as I go down. Anyway, these are the kind of curved petals. And there's a couple of different sizes in each one of those. And then there's some that face to the right and some that face to the left. With these, you just face one way and one the other way, and then go down in size as you get towards the bottom. Let's see. Do I want that one? Maybe. Turn this around here a little. Right there. You can layer them whatever way you want. There's no wrong way. I just do it the way that I think it needs to be done. Or the way that it makes sense in my head. If it makes sense a different way in your head, you do it that way. You do you. Okay. And if you want to, oh, that one wasn't inked. If you wanted to, you could go all out and fill the whole thing up with flowers. That would take quite a while. Well, not if you were just doing one on a card, but if you were doing 5 or 6. It's kind of therapeutic though. I have so many flowers. Here, let me show you my ice tray real quick. This is where I put all of the stuff that I'm working on, and these are all the flowers that I'm working on right now. So I have plenty of therapy time here. Having a hard time finding one of the little tiny ones that's already inked. One more. This one inked. I don't want one that way though. I want one facing the other way. I think this one will work. And I like to use the 3 different colors to add a lot of color variation to my flowers and my petals. If you don't like all the variation, you can also just ink it one color and make everything even and consistent. I am not even and consistent though, so my flowers match my brain just kind of all over the place. All different colors. Okay, there you go. There's the finished wisteria. And that one we really do not need for tonight's card, so I was just trying to show you how to put them together. Let's move my clipboard over there in case I need it again. And let's get started on our card. First, I took my A2 card base, which is 4.25 by 5.5, and I inked around the edges with the Distress peeled paint. And then I cut out a stitch rectangle with the loose stitch rectangle set in gray. And then I'm going to go around the edge of that with the milled lavender. sure to get more of it down on the bottom because that's the part that's going to show the most. And then on my original card, I laid everything out on a piece first and then I cut it out so you can see the stitch lines through these leaves. I like that look, but I'm not going to do that tonight because I've already cut my stitch rectangle out. And I cut my Flourish window frame out in silver. And that. Oh, and one thing I also should point out that doesn't quite match up. I made my card base for my original a little bit bigger than an A2 size because I wanted to use the biggest stitch rectangle. For this, I'm going to make it an A2 size. This is an A2 size, so I use the second size stitch rectangle. I believe it's the second size. Yes, it is. No, I don't want to glue that down yet. So anyway, that's why my Flourish window frame fits right across here, and on this one there was a little bit of room, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna glue this down. Just put some dots of glue on it. Probably should have pre-glued this. There's a lot of gluing on there. I feel like when I'm doing this, I'm making you guys watch me glue. I should have some, like some waiting room songs, music playing. Elevator music, that's what you would call it, right? Someday I'll learn how to speed my videos up so you don't have to watch all this boring gluing stuff. And I don't have to do it all beforehand. I could do it right on the videos. I will learn. I'm getting there. I just learned how to put two videos together. Like if because you guys know my camera will only let me do 27 minutes of video, and if I go over that, my son just finally showed me how to put those two videos together so I can post them as one video and not one 27-minute video and one 3-minute video like I've been doing. Okay, this is the inside right here. Get those pieces all glued down. And if you can see right here, I cut the edge of this off a little bit. That doesn't matter because it's going to be covered with a flower. Okay, then I'm going to set that right on there so I can figure out where I want my wisteria and my my leaves. So for my sample, I did 3 wisteria, and I'm thinking that I almost want this to go over the edge here. What do you guys think? I think so. Yeah. I wasn't gluing this rectangle down because I was going to cut it off, but I think I want it over the edge. So we will glue this rectangle down. What do you think? That look good? Right about there? Okay. And let's go all the way to the top and over the edge with this. So, oh, another suggestion I have for when you're doing any flowers, the wisteria or new hydrangeas, any of them, ink them all that you're going to use on the same card all at one time. Because every time you ink something, like say I inked these 3 and then I went back and I inked again, you're going to get a little bit different color each time. If you want them to match up, ink them all at the same time. Use the same exact process on all of them. I've already made that mistake with one of my Wisteria cards. I inked all of them, and then I realized that I wanted another Wisteria, and I went back and tried to ink another one, and it didn't match anything else. So then I had to redo all the pieces. I don't remember if I said or not, but I'm gluing the Wisteria down. I think you probably could have figured that out, but just in case. All right, now for my other two pieces of Wisteria, I actually use, let's see, some pop dots on those because I wanted a more layered effect, but the pop dots are tricky because I wanted them a little bit thicker, and the only thicker pop dots that I have are these that are a little bit big. And I don't want them to show through my Wisteria, so I'm going to put as many full-size pop dots on there as I can. And then I'm going to cut a couple. So that I can support this bottom part. I think that should be good. Actually, we might be able to put a full-size one right there too. Yep. All right, there's one. Get some pop dots on this one. Actually, I forgot all about this step, otherwise I would have had it done already. Still good. Let's cut this guy. And these are my micro tip non-stick scissors too. All right, how do we look? I think that covers most of it. All right, let's take, first I have to layer my leaves on these three pieces of Wisteria. I think put one kind of like that, maybe one right there and one off the edge there. Did I actually I just did 3. I did them. Let's do it the way that I did it before because I kind of like the way it turned out. I did 3 up here. Let's go with one this way. And then I put a couple down here. Let's see, do we have another one? Yep. Like that. Okay, let's glue these down. Better glue this one first, huh? My bottle of glue is still almost empty. I forgot to ask my husband to open the cap for me so I could fill it, because that baby is stuck. I cannot get it off. There's that. Glue is starting to clog up a little. Let's glue this one down. Sorry, you're going to watch me do a lot of gluing tonight. If my glue bottle will cooperate. I'm going to have to figure out where I took my pin out and put it. That one going kind of sideways there. Okay, now we can put this layer on. And I can't remember, on the bottom part of this card I used some hydrangea petals, but I cannot remember right now if I already inked them, and they're over there in my ice cube tray. I know I didn't put them in the kit for tonight, so hopefully we have some already inked in the ice cube tray over there. If not, you're gonna get to watch me ink those too. Alright, that wisteria, I put the 2 popped up wisteria right in the center of the 3 ones in the background. Then, to make things even more fun, I popped these little leaves up a little bit. Do you know how hard that is? Cutting all these little pop dots in half. Maybe someday I can find some thicker pop dots that are smaller. I have taken my smaller pop dots that are just not as thick this way as I want them, and I have put 2 layers on before. But what fun would that be when you could watch me cut all of these in half? Okay, there's 3 on each one, right? Yep. I think that's what I used, about what I used on my original. This one I'm going to put, nope, I guess I'm going to put it over here, going this way a little. I think I need a pop dot right under those. Let's get this piece on. Actually, I'm going to put another pop dot on this one. It's stuck to my finger. Hi, Stacy from Dies to Die For again. I'm back. I'm so sorry about that. We had some kind of technical difficulty that made our video stop. So some of you, or all of you, missed what I did on the end of this card. I layered my sari. I had a green sari word and one ink just like my wisteria, and I layered the wisteria color one on top of the green, and then I laid it down, and then I had some of these hydrangea petals that I inked with first the milled lavender and then with a little bit of the crown meat, and I put those down on here in different places. Then I laid my 3 butterflies on it. And I also cut the edges of all of these off so they were flush with the top. This one's not so flush. Just like that. Okay, now that we're caught up on what I did on the A2 card, here is my slimline card. And this slimline card is 4 inches by 8.5 inches. And I already laid down my Flourish window frame. And then my sari word, which I'm looking at now and it feels a little crooked to me. But, okay, that's where we've gotten on that. And then I'm going to take my wisteria, and On my other card, I went across the top. I don't want to do that on this card, so that's why I put my window frame in the center. I'm going to go down the side. And I'm thinking of putting my, I want probably about 5 going down the side, I think, or should I just go with, stick with 3 and then put, I'm gonna lay this, let's see, no, I'm gonna use one of my other wisteria. Ignore that sound. I think that was just a child falling down the stairs. No big deal. My husband's down there. He's got them. Okay, maybe 3 down the side and a few across the top to make it, ooh, that would be kind of pretty, like, make it kind of go around like this. Yep, that was definitely a child falling down the steps. I might have to pause my video a minute and go make sure everyone's okay. Yes, I'm going to pause the video to go make sure nobody has anything broken. I'm so sorry about this. I will be right back. Okay, and I am back once again. Sorry about that. I don't think we have anything broken, just maybe sprained and whatever. She's sitting on the couch with ice. I will check on her when this video is done, so let's get this finished up. I was just using these. They're not the ones I'm going to use on here, but I was just using them to lay things out, to kind of figure out where I want my wisteria. I don't really think that works for me. I think if I stick with the original plan and just kind of cascade them down this way a little bit. I have 3 more, so okay. But the question is then, which ones get popped up? So I'm thinking maybe this one popped up and this one down here and then one over here. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with. So let's start gluing these down. One right there, and then that one we want popped up, right? Yes. So we'll glue this one in here because this one's not going to get popped up. Right, kind of in there. Oops, it's wiggling all over. And then this one popped up, so one will get glued down right there. And then this one will move down here. Probably right about there looks good. Okay, now let's grab the ones that I want popped up. And this one. I should have glued some leaves down first, shouldn't I? And I'll lay that, we'll just lay these in here and then I'm going to glue some leaves down to figure out where I'm at. Let's grab some of these. Some right there, maybe. Off the top a little, just because it slid and I can't move it again. It's really stuck. That one right there. I think another one of the kids is trying to fall down the steps. I can hear them running after one already fell. I don't know why they do that all the time. We have wood steps and they just cannot walk down them. They have to run. Somebody's always falling down the steps. Where are all my leaves that face the other way? So none of those. They're my bigger leaves. Where are they? I may have used them all. Well, I guess we're going with one of these guys. Already stuck that one down, so just put that right up under there. I think that's plenty for right now. I might want to go back and fill in a few spots, but I'm happy with it so far. Popped up one over there like we discussed. I'll get these two out of the way because they're distracting me. Now we do have a few popped up leaves that we can layer on top too. Boy, I better get my husband to open this top before the next video because I don't think this glue is going to last for another video. This one over here, right there. You hear a child trying to come in the room too. Hopefully it's not the hurt one. Hopefully she's sitting her butt down. All right. I have two more leaves that are popped up. I'm debating where I want to use them, if I want to use them. I don't want to cover that sorry word too much. All right, I'm going to cut the ends of some of these off up here. Give me a better picture of what we're working on, or working with. Okay. Now that we have that part done, let's put some of these little hydrangea petals on here. And since I have space down here to fill up, I'm going to concentrate most of them down here. Once I get these on, then I'll decide if I want more leaves or not. Petal right there. Oh goodness, where else? I don't like that one there, or that one there. Child's still trying to open the door and sneak in here. Tonight's video is just going to be a hot mess, isn't it? We have cameras quitting, kids falling down the stairs. Oh well, that is my life, and my life just doesn't seem to stop so I can make a video. But this is why most of my videos lately have been posted so late, because I wait until the kids go to sleep. Okay, something like that, but we need something down in this corner because it's still, I'm still not liking it. I'm still thinking that this area is just way too, let's see, let's put our butterflies on and see. Because I don't want to put any of these leaves down here, do I? I mean, how would that look? Let's see. It would definitely fill in some space, but does it look funny? Actually, it doesn't look as funny as I thought it was going to look, does it? If we just build on the hydrangeas that we have laying there, and maybe tuck some underneath these leaves to bring it out a little bit more. Is that too much though? Okay, this is one of the cards where I just have to stop and look at it for a minute, and it will come to me, right? Maybe let's try some of our little pretties on it, because I like this. If I would have put the window frame down here a little bit more and just come down with the wisteria, I think it would have been better. Oh well, you live and learn, right? And then you remake your card. Let's see how some of these little shinies will look right there. The shinies fill in the space a little. Yep, tonight they are shinies. That's what we're gonna call them. Like maybe a few there and a few up there. I think we're gonna go with it. I don't particularly like it. I see where I could have done stuff differently. But it is what it is. Okay. I didn't add my other butterflies either, did I? Where shall we put these guys? One right there maybe? And one up there? Okay, I'm okay with it. It's not my favorite card, but I'm okay with it now. So let's glue some stuff down. All of the cards that we make can't be our favorites, right? Watch, you guys will just say, oh, that's amazing, I love it. Why is it always the cards that are not my favorite, or the dies that are not my favorite, are everyone else's favorites? I better look up and make sure my video hasn't quit again. Nope, we're still going. Good. Maybe we're back on track tonight. For any of you wondering what those are that I was calling shinies, those are our clear sequins from one of our designer kits from Louisiana's Floweries kit. I think my daughter's recovered from her injury. It sounds like she's down there running around with her siblings again. So all is good tonight. Okay, let's glue these leaves down. Of course, the child that was trying to sneak in opened my door. So now you can hear everybody down there very clearly. I can, at least. I don't know if you guys can. And then for any of you watching that have not watched a volume Facebook live event, we have one coming up at Saturday. Our time slot is 10:45. It's on the volume, oh my goodness, virtual online learning mega event Facebook page. And you will be able to see us doing, do I have samples of my cards? I will also post these cards on our Facebook page, or on our YouTube page next week, but we'll be doing the Thinking of You, the Congratulations Grad card, and this card with Wisteria again. Just thought I'd tell you that real quick. For any of you who really want to see a good time and see me go live. You never know what's going to happen during the lives. Luckily, I do the lives at my warehouse and not at my home. And every time I go to do a live, the little kids are always like, I want to go, I want to go. No way. You guys can't be quiet when we do it at home. Oh, and that's, I don't remember if I said the time, that'll be at 10:45 Saturday morning Eastern Standard Time. Okay, what do you think? Think I got enough? I already glued that butterfly on, correct? Let's glue this little guy on. Put him right in there. Actually, maybe facing that way, so he's... I don't know why I always have to do everything in threes, but then I have to do it like one's facing that way, then that way again. That's what makes sense in my mind. Or that's the way that they should be in my mind. This one's stuck. There we go. Okay, let's get our little sequins glued on. Or our shinies. And I did get a really nice jewel pick tool. But I'm not using it. I did use it the other night for the first time, and My daughter keeps saying, why don't you use that, Mom? Use it. Because she like, let me show you. It's all pretty and shiny, and she's just been bugging me to use it. I finally did. It's not that bad, but it's not, I mean, I guess I've been doing this for so many years without all these fun little tools that when you actually get the tools to use, once you get used to something, it makes it harder when you try to switch. For me anyway, that's the way I feel about it. Maybe it's not harder, maybe it's just my first thought doesn't go to, oh, I should grab my jewel pick. I just pick stuff up and do it. Okay, there we go. Now that is done, and I'm not hating it as much as I thought I was going to before I had it glued down. So I'm okay with it. Let's just be okay with it tonight. All right, there are our 2 cards that we made tonight. Sorry tonight's video was such a mess. We will see you back again next week, where we'll be doing the cards and individual videos that I do on the volume live show this weekend. See you next week. Have a great weekend.